many weeks ago, looking ahead on our schedule, I try to plan out, and look ahead a little bit. I had this particular week circled as the best week of the regular season. And now, since then, I've seen Greg Tepper of Texas Football and others in our local media label it as such. Greg Tepper was specifically talking about the state as a whole, but if you zoom the Google Earth camera all the way down to our little sliver of Central Texas, you will find some truly epic showdowns this week, including not one, but two state champion versus state champion matchups in Lorena and Franklin and Stephenville and China Spring. And then, by the way, you get West and Grandview for that district championship. Grandview is third ranked in the state. The Zebras are clicking along as they tend to do. But West coming off an 89-point game against Maypearl. If you're a football fan, could you ask for anything better than this week?
It's about as good as it gets.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of really good football, that's for sure.
Is there, out of these games that sort of jump out at you more than others, or I mean, is it just the
I got a head start on the picks yesterday,
right?
And I mean, you kind of threw the options out there, and I grabbed that West-Grandview game. I covered it last year. It was really good, and I really like it. But when I looked at it, I was like really kind of salivating over the Lorena-Franklin game, just because it's hard to pick.
It's hard to pick.
Yeah, it's obviously different styles of football. I just noticed that Cason Taylor had 255 rushing yards, like 25 yards a carry last week against Rockdale. It really could go. It's in Lorena, so they got the home field advantage. Of course, that's where they lost to Cameron. So, but that's the one that really, more than any of them, jumps out to me. And that's saying a lot, because China Spring is Stephenville is 1 versus 2.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, yeah. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. I mean, you could go 8 or 10 games in Central Texas and not find a bad one. That's what I'm saying. There's that many good games. DJ, what do you say?
Yeah, well, I'm going to Lorena, so yes. I'm pretty excited about that one. And I just talked to Coach Biles this morning just about how much of a challenge it could be, but like it's just another game for them. I mean, they understand the importance of in the excitement of it, but it's a must-win district game like it is every week. And I don't know, but in terms of from the outside, it is pretty exciting. I mean, you've got this team in Franklin that I don't know. I've never seen them play. But all season I've heard about Franklin is, Franklin. And I'm excited for that game. I do kind of also really like that West-Grandview matchup. And the only reason I didn't take it is because I didn't want to drive all the way out there.
So yeah, I
mean, an hour up I-35, you barely get your wheels warm,
I just got back from ACL this weekend. I don't feel like driving again. So.
Gosh, I mean, that's all right in our backyard too. You must not drive much.
I just don't like I-35. I literally almost wrecked on the way back because
you sound like my grandma. It was dark. My grandma used to say, "We're not going to get on that big road, are we?"
All right, we're off track. Is it safe to say that the loser of any of these big 3 games, the ones I mentioned, Stephenville, China, Lorena-Franklin, West-Grandview, is it safe to say that the loser of that game could still make a deep playoff run?
Why is this even a question, though?
I like it. That's salty.
It's pretty obvious that China Spring, Lorena, West, they've all been doing what they should be doing for the majority of the season. So I see all of them making it pretty deep. I mean, unless some like just awful happens in the last week or two, or like the first game of playoffs. But yeah, I think the biggest thing for everybody would be to stay healthy in order to make it through playoffs. So yeah, but I don't know. I looked at this question, Brice, and I was like, you watched these teams play this season?
I haven't. I've seen Midway, but go, Chad. What do you say?
Well, I think in the case of China Spring-Stephenville, it would be a little bit surprising if this wasn't a preview of the regional final. I mean,
which is, to me, the regional final qualifies as a deep playoff run.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, 1 versus 2, the way China Spring is playing, I'm going to pick them to win. I would say they're almost more likely to get to the regional final than Stephenville, and Stephenville's ranked number 1. So I think that's definitely going to be a regional final preview. The other 2 games,
could you see 3 regional final previews in these 3 games?
I was just looking up to see if that's possible with our Lorena-Franklin, West and Grandview in different regions.
Hello, it's the same district.
No. Our Grandview and West in the same region as Lorena and Franklin.
Oh, gotcha. All right, I'm gonna have to look that up.
I'm on it. Okay, so Lorena-Franklin is District 11. See, this makes us seem a little bit unprepared, but you got to remember these.
There's a lot of districts to keep up with. Yes.
Yeah.
West and Grandview are District 7.
And Lorena West are 11. So that's different regions. So yeah, they could all be regional final previews. And I think, like I said, I think China Spring-Stephenville is the most likely to be that. Obviously Cameron is really good.
That's a good point.
There's somebody else in that region that could sneak up and be in there with Franklin and Lorena. But yeah, like DJ said, they're all going to make deep playoff runs.
Yeah, I do agree with you guys, and sometimes I do throw you a bone on these questions. but yeah, these are really good teams, and I don't want to ever say that a loss is a quote unquote good thing, but I do think you can extract positives out of a loss and learn from it. And so I'm not counting out the loser of any of these games, because these are 6 good teams playing each other.